Did you know you shrink every single day?
No, I'm not kidding. And I'm not talking about over decades as we get older.
I mean, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you are physically shorter.
It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, right?
But this is a real, measurable biological fact that happens to every single one of us, every single day. So, how is this possible? Are we all just slowly collapsing? Today, we're diving deep into the bizarre but true science of why you are taller in the morning and shorter at night. Stick around, because what you're about to learn will change the way you think about your own body. Let's start with a simple experiment you can try at home. First thing tomorrow morning, right after you get out of bed, stand against the wall and have someone mark your height. Be as precise as possible. Then, go about your day as you normally would walk, sit, work, exercise, whatever your routine is. Just before you go to bed that night, measure your height again in the exact same spot. You'll likely find that you've lost anywhere from 1 to 2 centimeters, or up to about 3/4 of an inch. That's a noticeable difference. Imagine telling someone your height and having to specify the time of day. Well, technically, you could. This isn't a measurement error or your imagination playing tricks on you. This daily height fluctuation is a well-documented phenomenon. So what's the secret behind this daily shrinking act? The star of the show is your spine. Your spine isn't just one solid bone. It's a remarkable column made up of 33 individual bones called vertebrae. Stacked one on top of the other, these vertebrae provide structure and support for your entire body. But the real magic happens in between them. Nestled between each pair of vertebrae are soft, gel-like cushions called intervertebral discs. Think of these discs as tiny biological shock absorbers. They're made of a tough, fibrous outer layer and a soft, squishy, jelly-like center, which is mostly water. Their main job is to protect your spine from the stress and shock of daily movements like walking, running, and jumping. Without them, our vertebrae would just grind against each other. Now, let's connect these discs to our shrinking problem. The culprit is a force we battle every single day: gravity. From the moment you stand up in the morning, gravity starts to push down on your entire body, and your spine bears the brunt of this pressure. This constant downward force compresses your intervertebral discs. Imagine squeezing a water balloon. As you apply pressure, the water gets pushed out and the balloon flattens. A similar thing happens to your discs. Throughout the day, as gravity and the weight of your own body press down, water is slowly squeezed out of those soft, gel-like centers. As the discs lose water, they become thinner and more compressed. When you add up this tiny bit of compression across all 23 discs in your spine, it results in that measurable loss of height. The more active you are and the more time you spend on your feet, the greater the compression and the more height you'll lose. If we shrink every day, why don't we just keep getting shorter and shorter until we're all crawling on the floor? Well, that's where the second half of this fascinating cycle comes in. Sleep. When you lie down to go to sleep at night, you take the pressure of gravity off your spine. Your body is horizontal, so gravity is no longer pushing down on your head and compressing your vertebrae. This is the crucial recovery period for your spine. With the pressure gone, your intervertebral discs can finally relax and reabsorb the fluid they lost during the day. This process is called rehydration. The discs plump back up to their original size, just like a sponge soaking up water. This overnight rehydration process restores your spine to its full length. And when you wake up the next morning, you're back to your maximum height, ready to start the shrinking cycle all over again. It's a constant daily rhythm of compression and decompression, shrinking and stretching. This isn't just a quirky biological fun fact. It has real-world implications, especially for people in demanding physical fields. Astronauts, for example, experience the opposite effect. In the microgravity environment of space, there is no constant downward pressure on their spines. As a result, their discs expand even more than they do during sleep on Earth. Astronauts can actually grow up to 2 inches taller while they're in space. Of course, this effect is temporary. Once they return to Earth and its gravitational pull, their spines recompress, and they return to their normal height within a few days. Back on Earth, some professional athletes and their trainers actually monitor this daily height change. A significant or unusual change in height loss could indicate higher than normal spinal fatigue or dehydration, which could be a risk factor for injury. It's a subtle but important piece of data in managing an athlete's physical load and recovery. It shows how even these small bodily changes can be indicators of our overall health and stress levels. So let's debunk a common myth. Many people think we shrink as we get older because our bones are literally shrinking. While it's true that people do tend to get shorter with age, it's not usually because the bones themselves are getting smaller. The primary reason for age-related height loss is the long-term degeneration of those same intervertebral discs. Over many years, the discs can permanently lose some of their water content and elasticity. They become thinner and less resilient, a condition often associated with degenerative disc disease. This permanent thinning of the discs, combined with potential changes in posture and bone density issues like osteoporosis, leads to the gradual loss of height we see in older adults. The daily fluctuation we've been talking about is a temporary, reversible process. The height loss associated with aging, however, is a more permanent change that occurs over decades. Let's do a quick recap of this incredible daily cycle. You wake up, you are at your tallest. Your spinal discs are fully hydrated and plump. You get up, and gravity begins its work. Throughout the day, as you walk, stand, and move, your discs compress, squeezing out water. By the end of the day, you are at your shortest, up to 2 centimeters shorter than when you woke up. Then you lie down to sleep. The pressure is off. Your discs rehydrate, expand, and your spine lengthens. You wake up tall again. It's an amazing example of how dynamic and resilient our bodies truly are, constantly adapting and responding to the forces around us. It's not a flaw. It's a feature of our brilliant design, a system of shock absorption and recovery that allows us to navigate our world. So, the next time you feel a little shorter at the end of a long day, you're not just imagining it. Your body has been hard at work, carrying you through the world and battling against the relentless pull of gravity. And as you lay your head down to rest, you can appreciate the quiet, incredible process of recovery happening within your own spine, stretching you back to your full height. It's a reminder that even in the most ordinary aspects of our existence, there is extraordinary biology at play. Our bodies are truly a universe of wonders, performing countless processes without us even noticing. The fact that you shrink every day is just one of many bizarre but true testaments to the marvel of human anatomy. Thanks for joining me on this journey down the spine. If you found this fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the weird and wonderful world of science. And hey, try measuring your height tomorrow. Let us know in the comments how much you shrink. See you in the next video.